back to the topic at hand. The next thing I want to talk about is the big question everyone asks, and that's, how do we make money? How do we make money in this business? Well, let me tell you, the way you make money is by offering one of these two, or in my opinion, you should offer both, right? Now, the way they pay are a little bit different, but also a little bit similar. So let me break it down. When you go to Medicare supplements and offer Medicare supplement plans for a living, the CMS, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, isn't scrutinizing it as much. So it makes it a little bit easier to do things like selling over the phone, which is something that we specialize in, is selling over the phone in 40 different states and make a great living at doing that. Now, the way that they're structuring the payment side of things is that it's broken down on a percentage basis. So you make a percentage of the yearly premium or even the monthly premium. For example, most street level contracts are going to range anywhere from 20 to 22% depending on the insurance carrier and the state that you are producing in. And so as you decide to move forward and you start contracting with carriers, you always make sure to ask for a commission schedule so you can take a look at what that carrier pays you based on the state that you're producing in. Okay, that's the best way to go about it. The other thing that I want to make clear is that with Medicare supplements, most of them are going to give you an option to get advancing, so that instead of paying you $20 a month, so let's say you're getting 20% of the monthly premium. Let's say the premium somewhere around $120. Instead of doing that, you can ask to get a 12-month advance, so that you're getting 12 months up front, and then you start getting paid on a monthly basis starting in the 13th month. This is a big thing for a lot of agents who are starting in the business and are trying to create more cash flow so that they can reinvest in themselves, not only for programs like the university, but also in the biggest things that you need, your lifeline, which is leads. You need leads. You need to work leads in order to be able to keep producing business. So these guys with Medicare supplements normally pay on a 6-year commission, where a steady level commission. So if you were getting that 20% contract, you get it for 6 years, as long as the client stays with you on that plan. The reality is, though, that most of the time you're going to move that client within 3 to 4 years, and wherever you move them, you'd start over that 6-year cycle again. If you do go past that 6 years, normally it drops down to a lower percentage for the rest of the life that the client has with the policy. With Medicare Advantage plans, it's a little bit different. It's a fixed dollar amount that CMS puts out every year, and it increases with the cost of living, but you get paid a lower amount whenever you're replacing existing Medicare Advantage policies with new Medicare Advantage policies. And if you're signing up someone to a Medicare Advantage plan that's new to Medicare, that's normally going to be a higher dollar amount. In fact, it's probably about double in the first year only. Then in the second year, it drops down. So, let's just say somewhere around, on average, I guess, it just depends on, again, the state you live in, because there's going to be some adjustments based on that. But it's going to be normally north of $200 a year if you're replacing Medicare supplement policies or Medicare Advantage policies, and it'll be about a little north of $400 the first year for people who are just turning 65. So ultimately, if you look at where you're at, a lot of people will ask, where do I make more money? It pretty much averages out, right? And so Medicare Advantage contracts might have a lot of carriers who have life commissions where it's going to be that fixed amount for life. But the reality is, because Medicare Advantage plans change yearly, it's more likely you're going to be moving them sooner than you would with Medicare supplement, and therefore you never get to realize that lifetime commission with that Advantage plan carrier. So that's the way that these two plans are structured and how they work. And so that's just a little bit of something. But again, if you guys want to get a lot more in-depth information, check out Medicare Sales University. There's a lot of great information, a lot of great foundation. There's also recorded phone calls of how to do these sales over the phone if you wanted to. And again, whatever is done over the phone can be applied in person. And the actual way that I learned how to sell over the phone is I started by selling at the kitchen table, and all I did was apply the same principles over the phone. And so we go into a whole lot more information about that stuff on the university, in the private trainings, and all the other good stuff that goes along with it. But if you just want to get started and just get some basic knowledge about the products and how they work, you can always get the very basic course. So you'll see that when you check out the courses, the very first basic course is the one that's easy to get into, easy to learn, but ultimately your best bang for your buck is going to be the all-access course. So either way, I just wanted to bring some knowledge and some information and hopefully some value to those who are trying to figure out how to get into this business, and there's a whole lot more coming. So We thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.